get into a little bit more of the, some of the basics of search engine optimization. Talk a little bit about keywords and maybe some of the technical SEO basics.
Sure. So one of the first place you really start from with kind of doing an SEO campaign is you go, what do I want to show up for, right? Because, and those are your keywords. What do people type in to Google when they're looking for a company like you? So basically what you do when you pick keywords is you're saying, what are the conversations that these people are having with Google where introducing them to me would be an appropriate next step and a good step for our business. So typically what you want to do is, and people get weird about keywords. Like there's entire expensive keyword tools out there that, you type in like a seed keyword and it'll come back with, it'll talk to the computers and the artificial intelligence and come back with all the variations of everything that it can think of. And that's weird. It's just not that complicated. Keyword research is actually very, very straightforward. And so here's how you do it. You look at what you do and how would people describe your type of business? So home builder, new home builder, custom home builder, contractor, those kind of things. Like it's straightforward. And then you combine that with anything that differentiates you. So say you're a green builder, right? So you do eco-friendly buildings. That's great. Say you do informed concrete. Anything that separates you from average. You also want to include variations that include that. If somebody's looking for your type of building specifically, that you can put a flag down and say, this is what we do. But you also want to show up for the more general terms like the home builder and the custom home builder or modular home builder or whatever it is. Then you want to combine that with all of the localities that you want to show up in. And so where I see people messing up with this is they just kind of, they just try to go for like the big city that they're by. Yeah. So they throw themselves into a competition then with a bunch of people and deep pockets and established SEO systems. And so like with SEO, you've got a bunch of people that are already at the top of that mountain.
Yeah, right.
And so if you pick a huge mountain to go after as your only way of success, right, then you start kind of climbing, and then it's a long, hard slog before you get any of the results that you're looking. Whereas if you were like, yeah, I do want that city, but here's all the suburbs, the affluent suburbs that we know we can build in. Here's the towns. Here's the developments in the neighborhoods and the whatever counties, whatever else, however else you can split that locality up. And you start making content for each of those, then all of a sudden you have pages, you have little mercenaries that are climbing all of those little hills, hills, big hills, mountains. And so success as you grow the SEO power of your site is you're going to win on some of those smaller hills a lot faster than you're going to win on that big one. And so as you start, like we're going to mix metaphors away from mountains here for a second, but let's pretend that the tide comes in, right? And you're on a boat riding that tide. Well, the SEO that you do for your site, it raises up the boats, right? And all of a sudden that boat might be at the top of that hill that's now covering everything. Sure. And so like, it's just an easier way to get success a lot faster. A lot of companies, including mine, at one time said, 6 to 8 months is what you have to invest in time in order to start seeing the fruits of your labor. And then recently, the industry as a whole kind of moved to 8 to 12 months to see the results of your labor. But we've found that if you do it the way we do, is just writing a ridiculous amount of content, like dozens and dozens and dozens of pages, for these, combination, like we'll have an entire page about, custom home building in this development or custom home building in this little, suburb that nobody else is really paying attention to, because that there might be only like 10 searches that happen over the course of a year for somebody. Those searches are always somebody that's looking to buy a house, to build a house in that area. And all of a sudden you get that lead, and like like that long tail kind of stuff, that low search volume keywords, you can make a lot of money off of going after those, because most SEO companies won't go after them, because and it's because it's a lot of work to make all of these pages about all of these little areas. Like most of the time they want to say, like, we'll give you 10 keywords or go after 50 keywords, or they really limit you. But for anybody who's building homes or remodeling, and you've got an area that consists of a decent number of localities, you've got a few keywords, core keywords that matter, and you've got 5, 10, 15 communities that you'd like to show up in.